I want to get to perception here, because I tell you, we all worry about perception. Perception and public confidence go hand in hand. You acknowledge here that an inappropriate way to discharge a U.S. attorney would be for interference or influence the investigation or prosecution of a particular case for political or partisan advantages. You've also acknowledged that you were aware of what was happening in California at the time the decision was made to ask for the resignation of the U.S. attorney. You also acknowledge you were aware in New Mexico of the contacts that were made in regard to a sensitive decision on whether to prosecute or not. Do you see a perception problem here?
Senator, at the time, in my mind, I did not associate at all the idea of asking a U.S. attorney to resign and the idea that it would be done to improperly influence a case for
political reasons. Do you see a perception problem here of the timing relative to the investigations and the U.S. attorneys that were selected?
Senator, in retrospect, I do. And I believe that it was a failure on my part, and I want to take accountability and responsibility.
You're saying the failure was the manner in which you handled it, but not the decisions that were made on the dismissal of the U.S. attorneys.
I'm acknowledging, Senator, that it was a failure on my part and others, but I will hold myself responsible for the lack of foresight that people would perceive it as being done to influence a case for an improper political reason.
And the impact it's having on U.S. attorneys' offices throughout this country.
And I regret that.
You regret it? Would you, if you could do it over again, would you have a different list, no list, or what do you do? I'm not sure I understand what you're acknowledging to this committee, whether it's just a public relations problem in presenting it, or whether it's a real problem in the method it was used to ask for the U.S. attorneys to resign.
I guess I was just trying to answer your question. I was acknowledging that at the time, I personally did not take adequate account of the perception problem that would result.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.